on the creative process instead of the final product. So of course you might love the final product, but it's really about allowing yourself to create from a place of feeling really centered and getting out of your own way so that you can enjoy the process, maybe discover something about yourself, and feel a little bit more calm too. And then of course we'll also explore mindfulness and different practices to help you tune into your breath and body and be in the present moment so that we can become more self-aware, and also so that we can calm down our bodies and our nervous systems and create from that place of calm. So I'll invite you to set an intention each week for your art making and writing practice too. If you are unfamiliar with mindfulness, don't worry, we'll talk about that too. I love this quote from Julia Cameron, who is the author of one of my favorite books called The Artist's Way. She says, the reward for attention is always healing. And that is also a huge intention for this class, for this course, for our journey together, is to bring our attention and our awareness to ourselves, to the present moment, and to experience healing through art making and mindfulness. Okay, so expectations for class. In order to experience the calm and quiet of this class, I recommend, if you're not already, to move yourself in a space where you'll be as uninterrupted as possible for the duration of our class. If you can, I also recommend right now, go ahead and silence all notifications on your phone, on your computer, so that you can practice being present in this distraction-free space as best as possible and really cultivate calm and quiet. Of course, also my expectations and hopes for me and for you is to show up for ourselves, to show up here in this time that we have together because we're worth it and it matters. Also want to encourage you to go slow and be gentle. If you've never yet explored these sort of expressive arts practices, but maybe you have explored regular art classes or have made art in any sense, it can feel a little bit different because it's very loose and non-rigid at all. So there aren't really rules, there's no right way to do anything. So as you're experiencing this, you may notice that inner critic coming up and wondering, like, am I doing it right? Is this the right way to do this? Does this look okay? And I hope that as we embrace these practices, you will learn to embrace the inner critic and be kind to it and nurture yourself and your inner critic so that you really can enjoy this process. Also, just to reiterate, there are no mistakes in art making. This is, if I have any rule for this class, it is this rule. So I really encourage you to embrace mistakes as part of the process. You know, crossed out words are encouraged, water paint blobs. I really want to encourage you, and you'll hear me say it again and again, to embrace the process. And truly there are no mistakes, only experiences. Also, I firmly believe there are no dumb questions. So at any point, any question that you have, please feel free to ask. I think questions are so important for collective learning and just so we can have the best experience together. A quick note on supplies too. Again, you know, if you don't have your supplies, please feel free to use whatever you have on hand. Even if you do have your supply kit, this is sort of just a general toolkit, but you are welcome to use anything that you like. So again, no rules on the supplies. And for our purposes, I wanted to define the word journal, which simply means anything that you use to write or draw on. So as you begin playing and exploring your journal, don't worry again about finishing things or doing things in a certain way. Crossouts, mistakes, repeated words, arrows, scribble notes, all are welcome and encouraged. Okay, so mindfulness is simply about clearing your thoughts and simply noticing what's going on in a non-judgmental way. So through the practice of mindfulness that we'll experience together in just a bit, the intention is to simply bring awareness to what's happening in your body, in the space, without judgment, without trying to change it. And again, there is no right or wrong way to do mindfulness. I love this quote from Thich Nhat Hanh, who says, "Many people are alive, but don't touch the miracle of being alive." And I believe that through the practice of mindfulness, by being present to this moment, it is the only way to truly experience the miracle of being alive, to feel the aliveness of each moment. All right, how's everybody doing? Any questions yet? I see John needed let in too, so I don't know. Hopefully he was let in. Okay, yes. Rachel. I think, can you unmute yourself?
I thought I had unmuted myself.
There you go. Perfect. Yep.
I just have a quick question. How long is our class?
Our class will be about an hour. If we have time at the end, we may go over just a bit for Q&A, but yeah, just about an hour. Awesome. Any other questions? Oh, cool. John's here. Awesome. Hey, John.
Hi.
Cool. All right, so let's get going. We're going to start now with a brief drawing warm-up. So I want to preference this by saying that these drawing warm-ups I have learned from several teachers over the years, and they have been so helpful for me in my mindfulness practice, in my art making practice, my writing practice, because like any muscle, I believe creativity and art making is a muscle. So we practice first by warming up and sort of getting out of our head, you know, that sort of logical, analytical side of our brain so that we can really start to be present to the moment and to this experience. So I'm going to guide you through 3 quick drawing prompts. They're going to be a minute each. So I will give you instructions for 1 at a time, and then I will set a timer. And at the end of a minute, you'll hear a soft bell. It will sound like this. And that will be the end of the minute for that exercise. So I'm going on to the next slide where you'll see the overview of our drawing warm-ups. I love what artist Linda Berry said. She talks a lot about most people decided they couldn't draw at the age of 8, like 8 or 10, when they realized that they couldn't draw a nose or a hand. But Linda Berry has been an awesome teacher of mine to embrace the imperfections and really embracing even that childlike qualities. So these are our 3 drawing prompts. I'm going to give you instructions as we go one by one, and again, set the timer for 1 minute. I will let you know when I set the timer and when to start, but at this point, if you don't have it with you, make sure you have your pen and paper at hand. All right, I'm going to now spotlight my instruction video. You should see that, so that I can demonstrate what to do before I set the timer. Okay, so our first drawing prompt is the tight spiral. This is actually oh, John raised his hand.
I'll be right back. I'll go get me a pen and paper.
Sure, we'll wait just a minute for you then, John.
Okay.
Any other questions, or are we waiting for John to grab some materials? Yeah, Rachel, go ahead.
Come on, your glasses are too fabulous for me not to ask. Who makes them, if you don't mind me asking?
Thank you. I actually got them online from Zenny a few years ago. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. I've embraced pink now as my favorite color. So I have my pink water bottle and my pink glasses. Oh, and you have pink too? Awesome.
I'm back.
John is back.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so I will spotlight the instruction video. Okay, so the first drawing prompt is the tight spiral. I'll do a quick demonstration, then we'll set the timer and you'll go to work for 1 minute. So the tight spiral is as it sounds. I'll demonstrate here. The idea is that you start making a spiral and you want to get the lines as close to each other as possible. So you can start as big or as small as you want, start making a spiral. Don't do this yet, just watch what I'm doing so you get the idea. And then you want the lines to be as close as possible without touching. If the lines touch, then you start over. So this is a great exercise to really get out of your analytical thinking brain and start to be present to your paper. So I will leave that there, and then we will start the 1 minute timer. And at the sound of the bell, you can start the timer, and then at the sound of the bell, the exercise will be over. So at 1 minute, everybody ready? Begin. Okay, that is 1 minute up. 1 minute done on the first drawing prompt. Hopefully you're starting already to feel a little bit more present to the practice. Moving right along, we're going into the next drawing prompt, which is the blind contour. So the blind contour is twofold, and you have some options here for whatever feels best for you. So I'll give you the descriptions of both the options. For the blind contour, we're going to draw ourselves with either our eyes closed and or, okay, let me say that again. So we're going to draw ourselves with without lifting up our pen. And then if you want to add on the extra challenge, do it with your eyes closed. So it's both blind contour, you're totally blind, you're not watching your paper, and then also blind because you can't see yourself. So I will demonstrate again, very briefly. Again, there is no right or wrong way to do this. Okay, so to start with a blind contour, what I mean by not picking up your pen, if I'm drawing a shape, I'll keep my pen on the paper and with eyes closed or just simply not looking, I'll draw myself and whatever I feel like is happening on the page. So it will be a very abstract piece, and that is the intention, again, to get out of the brain space. So we'll start with 1 minute. Begin. All right, go ahead and stop your blind contour. If you had your eyes closed, you can open your eyes. Take a look at your blind contour drawing. So beautiful. All right, moving on to our last and final drawing prompt for our art warm-up. We'll move into a music draw. So I will play music. I'll turn the music up so you can hear it for 1 minute. Draw your interpretation of the music. So this is totally up to you. It can be what you hear, what you visualize, how the music feels. You can use different lines. Again, just using your pen and a blank piece of paper, or you can use the same piece that you've been working on, and we'll explore sound and emotion through music. All right, so let me get the sound turned up. And 1 minute begins now. All right, awesome. Congratulations, we've now finished all of our drawing art prompts. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more warmed up. And now we're gonna move into a mindfulness practice. So this is very brief, again, just continuing our moving into awareness and being present with this moment and with our breath. So wherever you are, if you're seated at a table, if you're seated at the floor, make sure you're in a comfortable position. This mindfulness activity will be about 5 minutes, and then we'll move into our guided prompts and the bulk of our art making time. Okay, so through our mindfulness practice today, we're going to be exploring emotions, but also again, really focusing on being present, slowing down the body, slowing down the breath, calming the mind and the nervous system. So wherever you are, make sure you're seated comfortably. You can either have your feet flat on the floor or if you have your legs crossed. Try to sit up with a nice long spine and roll your shoulders back and down. We're going to start by bringing the hands together, so press your palms together. And then begin rubbing your hands together. So we're creating warmth here in the palms and also helping to calm both sides of the brain. So a really fun and interesting fact is that both of your hands, your palms and your fingers, are connected to different parts of your brain. So by rubbing your hands together, you're helping to balance both sides of the brain, warm the body, and really calm down. So you can do this any time of the day, whenever you need a quick calm, a quick release. Okay, so once you feel that warmth in your hands, we're going to take the hands and just set them on the back of your neck. So we're really starting to calm the body now, calm the nervous system. Allow the warmth of your hands to just soothe and relax your neck. You can close your eyes here if you'd like. Wonderful. We're going to do this 2 more times, so bring your hands back together. And once again, rub them together. The beautiful thing about this mindfulness practice too, and any sort of exercise activity like yoga, mindfulness, breathing, meditation, you don't have to do the work. You simply focus on your breath and being present, and your body will calm down for you by focusing on your breath. So this time when you feel the warmth in your hands, take your hands and just place them along your jawline. Again, allowing the warmth of your hands to soothe and relax. I find it really helpful here to gently bring your teeth apart, so maybe open your mouth slightly so you can allow your jaw to start to relax. Feel the nice warmth of your hands. It's so lovely too, just to hold your own face so tenderly too, right? A little self-care, self-nourishment. One option here, you can take 2 fingers and gently massage down your jaw if you feel any tightness through the jaw. Again, keeping the mouth, teeth slightly open. Starting to feel calm and present already. And when you're ready, we'll once again, final time, bring the hands back together. So a note for this one, if you are wearing glasses, it's helpful to set them down just for this exercise. Bring your hands back together, rub the hands together briskly. This is our last time. And this last time, when you feel the warmth in your hands, place your hands over your eyes with your fingertips extending into or on your hairline. You can add slight pressure of the palms. Again, allowing the warmth of the hands to soothe and relax your eyes. You can keep the jaw slightly open. This is my favorite part of this exercise, calming the eyes, mind. Nice big breath in and out. And then when you're ready, allow your hands to slowly wipe down your face. So again, just imagine releasing everything, every heavy thing that you're carrying. Go ahead and wipe it down your face, and then shake out your hands when you get to the bottom. Release, shake it out, let it go. Grab my glasses. Beautiful. You can put your hands back down on your lap on the table. We have just a few more exercises here for our mindfulness practice. So keeping sitting up nice and tall, so you want a long lengthened spine, which really helps create oxygen in your body and helps to calm down. We're going to start just rolling the shoulders back and down. It's amazing when you start doing an exercise like this, just rolling the shoulders, that maybe you become aware, even for the first time today, how tight your shoulders are. You know, we tend to carry so much tightness and tension in the shoulders. Just rolling the shoulders back. If you'd like, you can roll the head towards one side. Just coming into the body, slowly calming everything down. Beautiful. And then coming back to a place of stillness, of centeredness. So wherever you are with your feet flat on the floor, make sure you're keeping that nice long spine as best as you can. Now go ahead and close your eyes or have a soft gaze down towards the table or towards the floor. If you're uncomfortable closing your eyes, again, whatever feels best for you. The intention here is to start bringing your awareness even deeper into your own experience, into your breath. So with eyes closed or having a soft gaze down towards the floor or the table, begin deepening the breath. Nice big breath in through the nose and release. Few more breaths, breathing in and release. Continue breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Noticing a sense of calm and peace as you slow down your breath, keeping the shoulders back and down, nice long spine. And keeping your eyes closed with your focus on your breath. Again, you can have a soft gaze down towards the floor or the table if that feels better for you. Stay present with your breath. And begin now to bring yourself even deeper into this present moment by engaging your senses. So start to notice, again, with eyes closed or a soft gaze, notice what you feel in this space. Do you feel the air moving around you? Do you feel the clothes on your skin? Do you feel the chair underneath you or the floor beneath you? And even with the eyes closed, noticing what you see. If you see anything with the eyes closed, or if you're looking down at a table, just observing, becoming aware and noticing what you see with eyes closed or open. And now moving your awareness to what you hear. You hear the sound of my voice. Is there any other sound in your environment that you've now become aware of? And finally, start now to notice even deeper any sense of emotion that you're experiencing in your body. Again, sometimes when we move into these mindfulness practices, it can be the first time all day that you've had any awareness of what's happening in your body. So allowing yourself again to go slow and be gentle. Noticing any emotions that you're experiencing in your body, any sensations. Perhaps you can't name the emotion yet, that's okay too. Simply holding that awareness. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So we're moving now into our guided prompts. And the rest of the class will be focused solely on your art making, but first I'll explain the prompts. And I want to encourage you as we move through the art making to maintain this sense of calm and peace and presence that we just tapped into through the mindfulness practice, especially the bit about understanding and starting to explore the awareness of your emotions and what sort of emotions are happening in your body or even in the environment that you're in. So I have 3 different prompts for you, so you have options. I love choices myself, so I like to give choices to you so that you can decide what feels best for you today. All right, so the first guided prompt is an invitation to paint your emotions. So the instructions for this is to, again, take notice of what you feel. If you need to tap back into that quiet, noticing what you feel in the space, in the body, and then use at least 3 colors if you have access to colors. Let your intuition guide you. And if your feelings were colors, what colors would they be? You can choose watercolors or crayons as a suggestion or any other supplies that you'd like and start coloring the paper. The colors can blend together, or if a word or sentence pops in your mind, go ahead and write that down and do whatever comes to mind without thinking or judgment. So that's the first option, to paint your emotions. Oops. Second is called emotional landscape. So this is similar, but the emotional landscape prompt is really a metaphor for how you feel. So how would your current emotions translate into a scene? You can think of your emotions as having a background, a middle ground, and a foreground, which could include things like rolling hills, mountains, a raging sea, a desert, a garden, or anything you can dream up, perhaps even something that doesn't yet exist in the landscape. And you can use your pen to sketch out sort of just the general flow of the landscape, and then any sort of color, watercolor, markers, crayons, to add color. and you can give your artwork a title, your landscape a title. Finally, the final option is to create a conversation between you and your emotions. So this one starts out more of a writing prompt where you create an imaginary conversation between your emotions or one specific emotion you want to explore. If it helps, you can imagine this emotion as an animal or an inanimate object, say a lamp in your room, the chair that you're sitting in, the cat that's near you, and you can make it funny, sweet, philosophical, again, allowing whatever comes up. And the example for a format is to write me, so that would be you, and then whatever emotion you're exploring. Maybe it's all of your emotions, maybe you're having a conversation with your sadness, and again, simply allowing whatever comes. And then you can use your pen to sketch or visualize your emotion, the animal, the inanimate object, and use watercolors or crayons or whatever materials you have to add color. So on this final slide, I have all three of the prompts. I'll start playing soft music here. For the next 20 minutes, this will be just focused art making time. If you do have questions, I recommend that you write them to me in the chat just so that we can make sure everybody has access to quiet, uninterrupted art making time. So we will begin. I'll ring the bell at the end of 20 minutes just to cue the end of our distraction-free time, and then we'll have time after that for some quick Q&A and wrap up. All right, if you have questions, again, add them in the chat. Enjoy your art making time.
Yeah, I got me off the car.
Okay, we'll go ahead and begin getting to a stopping point. If you're still working, feel free to continue. But we do have just a few minutes left in our official class time, so I just want to be sure that we have time to wrap up together, to sort of close out our time together. Again, if you're still working, feel free to continue. You're welcome, of course, to spend the rest of the evening doing this if that feels good for you. But I want to take some time just briefly to come back to our bodies, be present here for a moment, and experience, again, just a small breathing exercise together so that we can sort of close out our time together. And then, of course, if you need to leave, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I will hang around for any questions. And if you'd like to share your work, I'd love to see it. So go ahead and just bring the attention back to the breath. If you want to bring your shoulders back, you've probably been hunched over a bit as you're working. So again, just bringing your shoulders back. And again, we can have eyes closed or soft gaze down towards the floor or your table. And we're going to do one more breathing exercise, sort of just to close out our time together, really as a way to sort of close our container. So we're going to breathe in for 4 and hold, and then we're going to breathe out for a count of 6. I will count for you so we can do it all together, and we'll do it 3 times. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. Okay, so breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. 2 more times. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold just for a second. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let it all go. 1 more time. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it just a minute. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really emptying the lungs, releasing the breath. Beautiful job. Thank you to all of you for spending your time with me, for bringing your energy here to this space. Again, it is 7 o'clock now, so if you need to hop off, feel free. Otherwise, I am here to hang out, to answer any questions. If you'd like to show your work, again, you can just raise your hand. I have everybody up here on the screen. I'll stop sharing the screen here. We can just see each other. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to just raise your hand. I can see you, or you can unmute yourself. If you'd like to share, you're welcome to do that too. If you have any thoughts, questions, feedback. How's everyone doing?
It was lovely. I have a question.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm going. I loved so much where we did some self-touch and self-soothe in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I missed that I thought was very beautiful was we went from that into our 3 choices: painting our emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure I got this, having back, and not to be all perfectionistic because I'm not, having, second one was kind of like having a background, foreground, middle ground. That is the landscape of us right now.
Yeah, so all of these are open for your own interpretation
Sure.
too, of course. So the second prompt is called emotional landscape. And it's really the metaphor is the landscape as your emotions. And that can be the emotions of the space you're in, the experience of your body, the emotions of your life right now. Again, it's up for your interpretation. So it can be, as you can think of your emotions as having that middle ground, background, and foreground, which can include like mountains, water, desert, gardens, or like any imaginary thing too. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I love it. And the third one, what I wrote was give a writing you to your emotions. And I was really interested in that. Yeah. Did I
Yeah,
get
so
that one sort of?
sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'll follow up in an email with everyone too, just so you have access to them if you want to explore them through the week. But yeah, the third prompt was create a conversation with your emotions or a specific emotion. So it was more of a beginning from a writing prompt where you imagine your emotion and you're creating a conversation back and forth. Sometimes it's helpful to imagine your emotion as an animal or an inanimate object, and you just explore whatever's happening, whatever it wants to say to you.
You see how psychic she is? She literally walked by when you said animal.
I love it. Yeah, she said cat, and you said animal, and she said, I'm here.
Can you show us something in your studio that really makes you happy? I'm sorry, I'm just having a tough time with quarantine. So anything that you could show us. Your studio is magical. Is there something you don't mind sharing with us that could make us like design in something fresh, something colorful that you're happy with, enjoying?
Let me think.
Like the great dots behind you, the beautiful, beautiful, happy, punchy dots.
Yeah, so that is a color poster of a printing sample from a risograph studio. So it's a type of printing it's sort of like an old school type of printing that involves really eco-friendly inks, and you can layer them to make a lot of different colors. So that's what that is. Yeah, here's a little tour of my studio. I do some weaving, some textile stuff too. I have lots of books. And then of course, just my art supplies make me happy. I'm really loving this pair of scissors that was gifted to me.
Oh my gosh, Japanese, Italian, what's the name?
It's from a papery collection. So I'll write it in the chat. Yeah, but that's fun.
Thank you.
Lovely question. That's so fun. Yeah. That's a nice journaling prompt too, like something that's making you happy. Any other questions, comments, feedback?
Hi, Lindsey Jo, it's Nicole. I was wondering if anybody wanted to show what they made today. I would certainly be interested. Oh, the cat wants to, so that's good. Oh, John, I see.
Can I unmute you, John? Can you unmute yourself, John?
I'd love to hear about that, John. I love that.
It's just a rainbow on a hilltop with a bunch of apple trees and a lake down below the hill with boats sailing in the lake.
Wow.
John, I love that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome.
Rachel wants to live there, John.
Thanks.
I don't have, if it's okay, I'll show you something I did yesterday, because what I made today I feel funny about. Oh wow, thank you. That's very cool. And I was doing a little cognitive behavioral therapy with myself, asking myself, are some of the feelings I have true? That was really, I enjoyed just playing words and pattern. And wanted to continue
Rachel.
that. So
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
Such an interesting flow of painting and words, and lovely. Thank you so much.
I'm also obsessed with your plants, Rachel. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Thank you. Could I don't mean to hog up the whole thing. Could I find out where everybody lives? Or we did that in the beginning. I'll go back. I'll find it out in the beginning. Thank you.
Catherine, yes.
Question. Can I miss the last part or the last day of the art thing, because I'm going to be a junior at campus in Kent, and I'm going to live in the dorm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so you said you'll miss some of the last week. Yeah, that's
Catherine, I can record it for you and make sure we send it to you. And congratulations, living in the dorm. That's a big deal. You ready to go back? I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations. And yeah, the lessons will be recorded too. So
Okay.
you can go back. You can watch the week again too if you want to see this whole lesson again. You can watch it again. Thank you. Rachel, I think Rachel's raising her hand.
I was just going to ask Catherine the name of her cat. You can't just have a gorgeous cat like that and not give me more information. That cat's very attractive.
Her name is Brooke. She's like a year and a half.
What's her name, Catherine? Say it again.
Her name is Brooke, like Brooke.
Okay, yeah. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, this is a very happy space. I think my cat's around here somewhere. I thought she was going to come out when she heard cat talk. Yeah, I love this. This is so very nice to be here with new art friends, with cat lovers. Thank you so much for being here. Anybody like to share anything? Any other questions, comments, feedback?
I would like to ask, if people don't mind, one thing, maybe John, Catherine, I'm not sure, anyone else who wants to share one thing they're doing, like, silver linings in life, like one silver lining, something in quarantine that's actually been a nice surprise. That's a hard thing to say. Something that's been healing for you or a nice surprise. And I'll go first. For me, I've been starting to walk. I've never been a walker. I'm embarrassed. And I walk now in the neighborhoods and I see beautiful dogs and people and so on. Mm-hmm. And my place is a mess. And and I do jigsaw puzzles every day. So those are my silver linings. And I would love John and Catherine, anybody else, if they don't mind sharing things that have been healing for them or nice during quarantine.
Thanks, Rachel. Anybody feel like answering Rachel's question? Catherine, go ahead.
Well, I want to work with little kids some year or some when I graduate. And I filled out an application for the Dumas Community Center, and then I got her back from the director saying everyone is hired. Okay, wow. So it can go either. I'm working it right now, and then next week I'll be off.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So many exciting things for you. You're moving, you have a new job.
So he's gonna have a big dinosaur.
I would like to say that I've always wanted to go on a Disney trip or Disney cruise or something like that. Back in 2017, I got to see that dream come true. 2017, I went to Walt Disney World. 2018, I went on a Disney cruise. And then 2019, I went to Universal Studios. All great trips to be had.
Wow.
God, I am so jealous right now.
Thank you, John. That's such lovely memories too. So magical.
And it sounds like Bobby likes that he has time to read, which I feel you there, Bobby.
Yeah, much like Rachel, I also have been walking a lot. My husband and I have started to call our neighborhood a campground because it feels so familiar every day. Like we're just camping, we're camping here. But it's been really nice to explore some streets that we've never walked before and see different houses and see the plants growing around the neighborhood. So I've really enjoyed walking too.
I should go because my husband is English and he likes like a solid dinner. If you've ever like potatoes and stuff. So I am going to bake potatoes and they call them jacket potatoes. I don't know why. I guess it's like a jacket.
It makes sense.
Inside of this potato, you guys, whatever you want. I put it in a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt, a little olive oil. I could put vegetarian chili in it, whatever you want. So I'm going to make jacket potatoes because it's a little earlier in San Francisco. And excuse her bottom. And I guess I'll see everybody next week. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. So we'll be here again next week and through the remainder of August. So we have 3 more weeks together, same time, same place.
I'm very grateful.
So grateful for you. Thank you so much for being here.
Good night, everyone. John, Catherine, Lindsey Jo, Nicole, Bobby, and Carla. Okay, Sophie wants to eat.
Thank you so much, everyone.